Salve, welcome to this lesson on chapter 17, and we are looking at Capitulum Decimum Septimum, section 2, starting at line 42 here. Magister titum et sextum laudat, the teacher praises Titus and Sextus. Vos recte respondetis Tite et Sexte, you all respond correctly, Titus and Sextus. Discipuli prudentes atque industriae estis. You are wise and hard-working students. Dende Marcum interrogat. Then he asks Marcus, Quod sunt triginta et septem? How many are 30 and 7? And again, this is essentially how you say in Latin, what is 30 plus 7? Marcus says, Ad hoc recte respondere possum. To this I can respond correctly. Triginta et septem sunt triginta septem. 30 and 7 are 37. Now, of course, this is correct. It's a pretty easy one. 30 and 7, well, it's 37. Recte respondes, Marce, inquit magister. You respond correctly, Marcus, says the teacher. Quod sunt triginta et octo. How many are 30 and 8? Now here's where the teacher is getting to something that he knows is going to be trickier. Marcus says, Facile est ad hoc respondere. It is easy to respond to this. The teacher warns him, Non tam facile quam tu putas. Not so easily as you think. Notice the tom and the quam working together as frequently there. So as. Not so easily as you think. Marcus then answers, thinking he's got it, Triginta et octo sunt triginta octo. 30 and 8 are 38. Now, while this seems like it would work, and sometimes some people said numbers like this for the Romans, it's not the way they expected you to say 38. So it's not really the best correct way to do this. And the teacher certainly is going to be persnickety here, so he wants him to do it the best way. The teacher says, Prave dices, you are speaking incorrectly. Triginta et octo sunt duo de quadraginta. 30 and 8 are 2 from 40. Alright, so we will previously learned undeviginti, 1 from 20, which is 19. We will have learned duodeviginti, 2 from 20, which is 18. So basically what happens is you can do this with other numbers as well. And in fact, it's the preferred way of dealing with numbers like 38 or 89 or something like that. Use the subtractive counting. So you speak incorrectly. 30 and 8 are 2 from 40. Duo de quadraginta. But that is how they said 38, usually. Quod sunt triginta et novem. How many are 30 and 9? So here's another of these difficult ones. Marcus says, Triginta novem, thinking he's got it again. Or maybe he's just being a smart aleck. The teacher says, O Marce, id quoque pravum est. That too is wrong. Triginta et novem sunt unde quadraginta. 30 and 9 are 1 from 40, right? That's how you say 39, 1 from 40. Unde quadraginta. Cur non cogitas antequam respondes? Why don't you think before you answer? Marcus says, Semper cogito antequam respondeo. I always think before I answer. The teacher says, Ergo puer stultus es, Marce. Therefore, you are a stupid boy, Marcus. Cogitare non potes. You are not able to think. Nam stulte et prave respondes. For you respond stupidly and incorrectly. All right, this teacher wouldn't get very far in modern times. He'd get fired pretty quickly. All right, Magister Marcum non laudat. The teacher does not praise Marcus, sed reprehendit, but scolds him or reprehends him, finds fault with him, you could say. And then Marcus says, Cur ego semper a te reprehendor? Why am I always scolded, reprehended by you? Numquam laudor, and why am I never praised? Titus et Sextus semper laudantur. Titus and Sextus are always praised. Numquam reprehenduntur. They're never scolded or never criticized. The teacher says, Tu a me non laudares, Marque. You're not praised by me, Marcus, quia nunquam recte respondes, because you never respond correctly. Now, this is clearly hyperbole. Just a minute ago, he said, Triginta et septem sunt triginta septem, and that was a correct answer. The teacher's kind of upset here, but this is not exactly true, right? Simper prave respondes, you always respond incorrectly. Well, maybe frequently, not always. Ergo reprehenderis, therefore you are being criticized, scolded, reprehended. All right, Marcus then says, At id quod ego interrogor nimis difficile est, but that which I am being asked is too difficult, nimis difficile. Atque ego simper interrogor, and I am always being asked. So basically the point Marcus is trying to make here is the teacher is always asking him the questions, and they're always really difficult ones. It's not that he doesn't know stuff like the other students. The teacher just asks him too much and too hard questions. But that's not really true either. So the teacher's bending the truth, and Marcus is completely bending the truth. Teacher says, Tu non semper interrogaris, Marque. You're not always being asked, Marcus. Titus et Sextus saepe interrogantur. Titus and Sextus are often asked, meaning they're often asked questions as well. Marcus says, Non tam saepe quam ego, not so often as I am. Titus says, Nos quoque saepe interrogamur, neque ro prave respondemus. We too are often asked, nor indeed do we respond incorrectly. Itaque nos a magistro laudamur, and so we are praised by the teacher. Non reprehendimur, we are not scolded. Marcus says, Et cur vos simper laudamini, and why are you always praised? Quia id quod vos interrogamini facile est, because that which you are asked is easy. Okay, so he's trying to say the questions you get are easy ones. Ego quoque ad id recte respondere possum, I also can respond correctly to that, meaning to that kind of easy question. Praeterea magister amicus est patribus vestris. Moreover, or besides, praeterea, the teacher is a friend to your fathers. Patri meo inimicus. To my father, he's an enemy. Again, bending the truth a bit. They're not buddies, but it's not exactly an enemy. Itaque vos nunquam reprehendimini, and so you all are never scolded, criticized, quamquam saepe prave respondetis, although you often respond incorrectly. Ego vero nunquam laudor, but I am never praised, quamquam saepe recte respondeo, although I often respond correctly. Sextus says, At frater tu saepe laudatur, Marque. And this is a good point. Sextus says, but your brother is often praised, Marcus. Okay, so if the whole thing is about, the dad is an enemy of the teacher, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense if then your brother, your own brother of the same father, is often praised, but you're not. The teacher goes on to say, Recte dicis, Sexte. You are speaking correctly, Sextus. Quintus bonus disciplus est. Quintus is a good student. Et industrious, et prudens, both hard-working and wise. Quintus a magistro laudatur, quamquam abest. Quintus is praised by his teacher, although he is absent. Okay? Right, well, let's stop there at the end of section 2, line 87. Hopefully you've learned a few things here. Quamquam, this word for although or however, it's a good new word there. And, of course, we've seen the blaming and scolding, the praise, all of this going on. And we've seen the teacher lie a little bit, and Marcus certainly lying a lot here. Valete.